What's up, everybody? It's Jake here. Today we got something a little different from what we usually do on the channel. I'm going to do a drawing tutorial of something. I'm not sure yet. I was going to do a drawing tutorial of like a person or something, but that's kind of fucking boring. So yeah, I'm just going to sketch and see what happens. So let's get started here. Originally I was just going to kind of go and maybe draw like a person or something, but I don't really want to do that anymore. So I'm just going to kind of sketch, and we'll see what comes out, and whatever doesn't come out, doesn't come out, and whatever does come out, it does come out. So let's start with pencil, and we'll get started. So cool. Yeah, let's start with a circular head, maybe. I don't know what this is going to be. Let's see. Okay. Oval shape here. Cool. And then we'll come down in kind of a sweeping motion here and here. Give kind of a thick neck leading into broader shoulders. Cool. So I've always had kind of trouble with leading shoulders into arms because you kind of have three different joints here. You know, you have your head here, and I'm going to zoom in here. You can actually let's focus. I'm going to zoom in on what I'm doing here. So you really have three principal joints here when you're drawing. So you've got your head here, of course. But when you're drawing a person, you've got your neck, and then it comes down into your shoulders, and eventually it comes down into like an arm. And so it is kind of difficult to get used to drawing, you know, your head and then coming down into a neck and doing arms appropriately, because if you can screw it up really easy. Here, I'll demonstrate. You know, you can just kind of go like that. You know, your shoulders going, and you can droop too soon into like where the arm is supposed to be, and it can come down like that. That's actually not bad. It's kind of pointy, so I mean there's ways around it to fix it or to cover it up if you don't want to like erase or whatever the fuck. But let's look over here. So this came down into you know, the shoulder here, kind of the flat top of the shoulder, but I could come down like this. And especially once you have two drawn, typically, unless there's something wrong with the person you're drawing, like some kind of disease or you know, disformation in their body, it looks kind of strange to have, you know, one shoulder a lot longer and broader than the shoulder over here. Also, it's like a 90-degree angle, you know, boom boom, which if that's your drawing style, that's cool, but it's not mine. So also, I want to say, if I'm saying things that are like, oh, I draw like that, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. I'm just saying it was hard for me to learn how to do this. But if you want to draw, you know, like this, which, you know, isn't like a great art style or anything, but this, you just have to have some tips and know kind of what's going on, you know, with the body when you're drawing. So, okay, we're going to come down like this. Cool. Excellent. We're going to kind of curve the shoulder as we're going down so we don't get, you know, as pointy as we had over here. And we're just going to come straight down because I don't want to do anything super complex right now. So there you go. That's kind of like an outline of like a bust almost. Like if it was right here, it would be a bust. But, you know, you've got your head and you've got the outline of a shoulder and then like an arm on both sides. And obviously they're not the exact same length, but you can see where I erased here. It's a hell of a lot longer than it was before. And of course, maybe he's standing at like an angle. He's not standing, you know, straight, you know, forward, whatever. Of course, artistic license, you can do whatever the hell you want with the drawing, but of course, just keep in mind what's going on. So let's get started here. Maybe we should just do a 2D straight print. So, cool. We'll just do a little something like this. I like to do these. I think they're fun. There's no gaps. Like sometimes you'll have, I'll just do this for example, sometimes you'll do like, and have like a gap, in between the arm there, showing that, his arm is away from the body, but we're not going to do that. So let's get rid of this. And we're just going to have everything streamlined straight down. So everything is kind of condensed and together in the drawing. So we're going to make his sleeve a little bit longer and draw up like this. Okay, so this is going to be a big guy. Okay, so then that's like that. And then this just comes down like this. Okay, giving the impression that, his sleeve is right here next to his body. So he's going to have a very square body, and that's fine. That's cool. Just kind of going here. We'll see what happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw the arm over here. Cool. Excellent. Let's try and make the armpits kind of at the same height. Again, with the shoulder problem, just have it kind of all the same. And just pull his body down like this. Cool. Zoom out just a tad. Okay, so now that we kind of have a shadow of a top body going, let's get started on the rest. So we'll just kind of go like this. Maybe he's got a coat on, so let's just give him a little like overcoat kind of thing, trench coat maybe, I don't know what you fucking call it. So he's got kind of a cylinder type bottom. Again, let's zoom out. And we can move this a bit, just a tad bit. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so we can get focused on the bottom half of his body for a just a bit. Okay, so queso, it's delicious. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, if his waistline is like, let's say here, but you can't see that because this coat is going over it, so I'm gonna erase this line, and we're going to pretend like his legs are coming out of behind, like under this trench coat, like his crotch and his hips and stuff. It's all, under this trench coat, so it's just his legs. So, but again, with the streamline procedure, his legs are still going to be together. I know if I did it regularly, his legs might look something like boom, boom, and then like boom, boom, because, there's a space between the legs, obviously. But we're not doing that. So, we're just going to put everything together, which, I don't know, it's kind of fun to draw like that sometimes. It's pretty simple, it's a lot faster to do if you just want to make kind of a character design and you're not, talking through it like I am like this. So let's just kind of pull his legs down. Cool, he's going to have thick legs because here's the thing, with streamline, people are going to have thick appendages, or they're going to have extremely thin appendages, which is also kind of fun to do. Actually, I'm going to put a space. I've never done that with a streamline, but I'm going to put a space because I want to. No, I don't. I don't want to. So I'm going to center this line so his legs are of equal distance from each other. Cool. And then I'm just going to give him short, stubby legs. So that's it. His knee is somewhere like here. And yeah, so that's just boom. That's a very simple 3-line structure. I'm just going to give him stubby legs and stubby feet. So let's move this down and go like this. Boop. Very short legs. They're very short and thick, like he's got chode legs or something. That's disgusting. But yeah, so everything is kind of, short in a sense. That's not pointy enough. Again, feet, everything's got to be symmetrical. At least I like to draw things as symmetrical as I can make them, depending on how I want to be drawing, for that particular, picture. But it does bring up a point of symmetry with the streamlined structures. See how this left foot, well, the foot on the left is kind of rounded, and this one's kind of square. That happens a lot, so I just kind of round this one off. Or I square the other one, or I do my best to round it off. It's still kind of square, but it doesn't matter. I don't really care. So I'm just going to make this kind of a boot. Okay, make it kind of a boot. Do the same to the other foot. Excellent. Give it some laces. Okay, 2 on the top of the foot and 1 on kind of on the ankle top. Give it a rubber bottom to the boot. Typically when I draw, I draw like the shadow of a person, and then I kind of start with like the feet and just draw up from there, which is maybe kind of weird, but I don't care. So here we go, shading in the boots. Again, this is just a quick sketch. I'm kind of talking through it, just kind of drawing, making lines. So pants, maybe just shade it a little bit. Again, okay, so let me talk about something else. When you're just kind of drawing and you're making shadows and stuff, so these lines are going to be kind of light. So if you want to shade like the pants that I'm about to shade, if you want them to be noticeable and you don't want them to blend together, like this middle line is kind of light, I would suggest making the outline of the person like here, lines like this, the shadow of the person darker, so that they stand out from any kind of shading that you might do. So let me just get in here and shade this, or not shade, just kind of darken the outlines, the shadow lines, I like to call them, of the person, so that the shading is noticeable with the shadow lines still visible, really. Because, I don't know, it just looks nicer. So I'm just going to kind of shade this. Somewhat dark, somewhat light, kind of medium. If you feel like your shadow lines need to be, darker after you shade, feel free to do that. Like, if you feel they need to be more accented, that's pretty reasonable. So, okay, so he's got a long trench coat, so let's go up again. Okay. Let's work on this top half of his body. Let's work on his chest. So, let's give him some, buttons on this cuff. Okay. He's gonna have a white trench coat, I think, because he is a doctor, maybe. I don't know. Give him some lapels. Okay. Boom. Boom. Cool. That's somewhat of a fucking lapel. Let's do this. Boom. Cool. This is gonna come down into something like that side of the coat. This is going to come down into something like the other side of the fucking coat. Have 2 buttons here. Oh, we'll do 3. Why not? And then some buttonholes. Okay. So, I'm just going to make this a bit darker because I want to shade the under part here in the middle between the coats. Well, the sides of the coats. To be a bit darker than the pants. Or lighter, rather. So let's give him a collar. Okay. Cool. Let's go very light, just slightly darker than not shaded at all. And that way we can just, it's a different shade than the pants and the coat, but it's still noticeably light as a different fabric. Okay, so lapels are good. I guess it doesn't really matter. Symmetry doesn't fucking matter. As much as I said it has, I don't care anymore. And that'll happen sometimes. So let's give him some like weird fucking hands, like some fists. Yeah, give him some like block hands, fucking right. That's fine. Do this. Give him like, here we go. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Let's make this less shitty if possible. Cool. So that works. 15 minutes. Holy balls. This is really long. Okay, so let's just keep going. Let's work on his face now. All right, let's just finish up this sketch. I know I've talked through the whole thing, but let's finish it up. Okay, so let's go up a bit and zoom in on this guy's face. Okay, cool. So I am just going to work on his face and see what comes out. Okay, so let's give him some eyes. Those are really fucking big eyes. Holy shit. Okay. Those are very bad. Oh my god. Okay, give him some eyes. Give him, like, the upper brow. Cool. He is expressionless with his thick fucking eyebrows. Let's give him, like, a little nose. Give him a little, like, not having your shit today. Give him some, like, fucking flowing locks. Have this, like, pull around here. Long hair is, I find long hair hard to capture with a pen or a pencil or whatever. Just because I'm so terrible at drawing and shit. But it's not, yeah, it's sometimes easier depending on like the style it's in. Just kind of flowing in the wind is somewhat simple. You just have to draw lines. But, you know, you could draw it really shitty, or you could draw it really good, depending on how good an artist you am. You are. I am not a good artist, so, like you saw the face I did in 3 seconds, it's shitty. If I took my time, I could, but we're already at 17 minutes, so I'm not going to. Cool. Whatever. That's the guy. How to be a shitty artist, brought to you by Bran Flakes. Copyright 2015. R. Trademark. Yeah, if you don't give a shit about this, tell me. If you like it, cool. If you watch this whole video, congratulations. You're probably the only person ever to do that. So just let me know what you think, if you like this or if you don't. I can show you decent drawings, you know, like whatever. It doesn't matter. Like if you guys like this, if you don't, that's fine too. So just, you know, if let me know if you want me to draw something in particular, if you want me to do a tutorial of something in particular, some kind of perspective drawing maybe, I don't know. Let me know. If you want to make longer videos like this, let me know. Cool. So yeah, drawing with Bran Flakes. Excellent. Bye-bye for now. Have fun with the kids, if you have them. If you don't, use the rubber. Bye.